Okay, teachers, I'm getting ready to show you how to add our Ricoh copier as one of your printer options on your MacBooks. There's a set of instructions for adding the printer on your MacBook, and then there's a whole separate set of instructions for going to the document and changing your settings, and then you're going to be walking to the copier and putting in your employee number to have it print out. The issue here is being able to hold that document in the queue until you're ready to print it out. Because if you send your document immediately to print, it could print off in the middle of a print job that some PTA moms are printing for a grade level, or anyone else could be down there using that copier to print at any given point in time. So what you're going to have to do, and we did this with our PCs, what you're going to have to do is lock that print or make it stay until you actually physically walk to the copier, punch in your employee number, and then print it out. So here are the first steps. The first thing you need to do is put the copier on your print list. So if you'll remember, we do that by going to our system preferences down at the bottom in our dock. Then you're going to click on this print and scan button. Then you're going to come down to the bottom of your list, and there's a plus sign here. You're going to click on that plus sign, and then you're going to click where it says Add Other Printer or Scanner. From here, in the little search window, you want to type in EDD to pull up just the Edens printers. Then, once the Edens printers are listed, you're going to choose printer 1802. It's right there. Then, before you can click Add, you have to tell it the driver to use. So down here where it says Printer Using, choose a driver or printer model, you're going to click there, and you're going to click on Select Printer Software. In the new window, where you see that little magnifying glass, you're going to type in the type of copier we have. It's a Ricoh, R-I-C-O-H, Officio, A-F-I-C-I-O, and it's an MP, capital letters, 9002. So that narrows it down to just one option. You're going to click on that option, and then you're going to click OK. Then your Add button is highlighted, so then you can go ahead and click Add. And you can see that it's setting up, and it's adding that device. So here it is, and then here's the picture of the copier. That's all you're going to do from this screen. The next thing you need to do is when you get ready to print your document, you have to go to that document. So I'm just going to open one that I have on my desktop. Okay, so I'm going to print this document out. The first thing you're going to do is go to your File and Print option. Then you've got to choose that copier as your printer. Remember, it's 1802. Then the first thing you're going to want to do is click on this down arrow where it says Copies and Pages. And you're going to go to that twice. The first time, you're going to click on the word Layout. Now, it's defaulted to print front to back. And that's why it says two-sided here. So if that's how you want your document to print, that's fine. You can leave that as is. But if you're just printing a single page, probably doesn't matter. But if you've got a couple of pages on the document and you want them on two separate pages, you're going to have to take off that two-sided option by clicking this down arrow and then clicking off. Don't click the print button yet, because as I said, you're going to click this little button here twice. The second time, you're going to click on it and you're going to go to Job Log. Alright, this is where you're going to enter in your staff number, where it says User ID, enter in your staff number. And then where it says Job Type, this is real important that you choose this. Under Normal Print, you're going to click that option and you're going to change it to Locked Print. Then, where it says password, again, just type in your employee number, and then you're going to go ahead and click on that. Once you've done both of those steps, then you can go ahead and click on your print button. Now you'll notice down at the bottom of my screen, the printer comes up with a little 1 and a red circle in it, just to show you. It's going to give you instructions that it's connecting and then it's printing. It's not really printing because what you have to do next is go to the copier and physically print it off. So I'm going to show you those steps. I made a little PowerPoint with some pictures in it. So the next thing you're going to do is go to the copier itself, and on the display on the left hand side you're going to click this little button that says Printer. What you're going to see next is a screen that looks like this. It has job list on this side and print jobs on this side. Sometimes when you click it, this is already highlighted. But if this tab is not yellow, you want to go ahead and tap on that tab so that it's yellow, like in this picture. Once you've done that, you should see your employee number under the heading down here that says Select User ID. So you're going to tap on your employee number. The next screen will look similar to this. It's going to give you your employee number, then it's going to tell you the date that you actually sent that to the copier. And then there's several options down the side. You could exit if you don't want to go ahead and print that now. Essentially, if you're ready to print it, you're going to click on this little print button down here. It's kind of lightened here on this picture, but this is the print button at the bottom. Now, if you decide that this is not something you want to print and you want to delete it out, there is a delete key. It's right above where that print option is. So if you want to delete it out, you're going to click on that, and then the messages on the screen will prompt you to enter in your employee number or your password, which is your employee number, and then you can delete it from that screen. If you're ready to print, you're going to go ahead and click on that print option down at the bottom. The next screen is going to prompt you and say, enter the password with the number keys and then press OK. And this little red arrow is showing you, I didn't take a picture of it, but the number keys are over here on the right hand side. That's where you're going to type in your employee number and then you're going to press on OK on the screen. It's going to prompt you again and say, are you sure you want to print the following? If not, click cancel, of course. But if you are ready to print, you're going to click on that print button and then it should print out your job. Now, I've experienced a couple of times when I've been the first one to walk in there and use the copier after it's been sitting idle. And if that's so, sometimes down here at the bottom it'll say processing and it'll tell you how many minutes you have to wait. So just be patient. If that happens, it will print it out. So hopefully by following those directions, you'll be able to print directly from your MacBooks to that copier. As you should know by now, we're being encouraged to print to that copier because it is cheaper to do it that way, and we are being charged per page on our networked printers that are in our classrooms. So please, by all means, use that copier whenever you can. And by the way, one last thing. Once you've printed out a document using those settings, I'm going to go to a different document and show you how you can go in and use those same settings on a printer. This is a different document on my desktop. Let's suppose I want to send that to the copier. I'm going to go and walk through some of those same steps by going to File and Print. Now, because I've been using, well, I take that back. I'm going to pull up that 1802 printer option, and right here it says Default Settings. If you click that button and tap on Last Used Settings, it's going to hold the last settings you used for this printer or copier, let's say. So if you want to print it single-sided like I just showed you, it's going to save those settings, and you can, without having to go in and enter all that information, you should just be able to put the preset on last used settings and it will do the same thing for you. So then you would click print, and then you would follow those steps by walking to the copier and entering your employee number and printing out. If you have any questions or if you don't understand how this is done, please see me. I'd be more than happy to help you. Thanks.